As stated in my intro, this will primarily be a channel dealing with people, communities, and events at the tail end of human history. But I wanted to just touch on a couple of topics beforehand that will help us to understand some of the concepts and genealogical theories that genealogists present to us about our recent common ancestors. And in this quick video, it will be the concept of the identical ancestors point, also known as the all common ancestors point or the genetic isopoint. The identical ancestors point is the concept that at a specific time in a population's past, everyone alive at that point is either the common ancestor of every living person today or the ancestor of no one alive today. The most recent point in which this happens is called the IAP, and we'll use this abbreviation for the remainder of this video. This concept was brought to us in the late 90s to early 2000s from a series of published papers by a team of scientist co-authors named Douglas L.T. Rode, at the time of the Department of Brain and Cognitive Sciences, MIT, Steve Olson, and Joseph T. Chang, who was at the Department of Statistics, Yale University. The papers were titled Recent Common Ancestors of All Present-Day Individuals by Joseph Chang, Douglas Rode's On the Common Ancestors of All Living Humans with Contributions from Olson and Chang, and Modeling the Recent Common Ancestry of All Living Humans, a short summary article co-authored by all three. These papers put forward academic arguments for a very recent MRCA and a recent IAP, using a computer comprised of simulations, models of human migration, population growth, mathematical statistical formulae, and other factors. The team concluded that the entire living human population is much more closely related than we might perceive. For example, even myself, when I think about the genetic variants of the continent of Africa alone, and across the globe generally, our diverse phenotypes and skin tones and hair textures, it would be understandable to think that the most recent humans are a singular or couple MRCA, that each and every one of us is descended from lived a very, very long time ago, perhaps tens and tens of thousands of years. But that is exactly what Rode, Olson, and Chang argued against 20 plus years ago. They concluded that our MRCA was pretty recent at about 2,000 to 5,000 years ago, and the IAP before that also may not have been that far in the past, at about 5,000 to 15,000 years ago. Now, it's important to acknowledge that the team did realize there was an important problem with their model, and that was it was based on random mating. They admitted, as many of us know, this is not how it really happened in real life with our ancestors, and that historically for us humans, finding a mate was usually a socially local process, with other factors having an impact such as geography and class. They also addressed many other human behaviors that might make people skeptical of their results and more recent model dates, such as isolated populations and their effect on the true date of the MRCA and IAP. Nonetheless, despite the uncertainties around human migration, the team seemed pretty confident with their results. As you can expect, the IAP concept has been the subject of a lot of debate. Scientists have even broken the concept down into smaller groups. For example, the IAP for people with European ancestry may have been even more recent. If you're really interested in this topic, I suggest reading the papers as they are available online. I think they're really interesting, and you can certainly appreciate the mental aptitude it takes to even try to address such a concept, and especially at a time when computers were not as advanced as now. So many belated thanks to the team for their work. So there it is. I wanted to just give that quick overview, as we will come back to the MRCA of all humans alive and the IAP concept to help us discuss possible theoretical connections to historical individuals and ancient populations, so stay tuned.